Hey everyone. Hi. Welcome back to Tara's Take. It is Mass Monday and we are on week 103 and we are going to be making these little double pocket booklets. You can use these as journal pages. I added this Tim Holtz paper for fun because I had done that in the first video and I wanted to kind of check it out and see how it came out in this video. But I just used a cardstock 12 by 12 and that's what I've got here. I'm going to be using a bunch of different ones just for fun. I'm going to use some that are thinner, some that are thicker. In the video I mentioned back a few years ago when I did that one, a couple years ago, that I liked the cardstock better because it's a little bit thicker, of course, and it's more sturdy as a booklet. But you can do it any old way you'd like. So let's get started. Super easy. A few folds we're going to learn, but it's simple. So you're going to go from the bottom, okay, and you're going to fold. Let me move these out of the way. Okay, I just brought them along so I have a nice choice to go through. Let me stick this phone case over here. There we go. Okay, so first you're going to fold this in half and you're going to go ahead and you're going to have your, if you have writing on your paper, oh I did that uneven, I can see. You're going to have writing on your paper, not too bad. Then you're going to want, because this side is going to be your front of your booklet. Okay, and we're going to trim approximately, I mean you can, do this as wide as you want, but if you fold it in half it's going to be 6 inches wide and it probably won't fit in your journal. So I'm going to make mine, I'm going to take off about, I don't know, 3 inches, okay? That's about what I did originally. You could also make smaller ones of these with smaller paper, which would be super cute. I might grab, I don't think I did that in the initial video, but I might grab a piece of paper and do that with a smaller piece just to have fun with that. And we'll even, this is bugging me though, this paper I'm using, if any of you have this, you know it's a super thick paper and so it's a little bit hard to cut. So you're going to fold this over in half, okay, to make a booklet. Okay. Okay, so I'm realizing that I should probably do that. There we go. So that I have words upright and not upside down. Okay, so let's just refold. There we go. Make sure that little fold is down there on this end. Let me get up. If your paper buckles like mine did, just bring in a folder a ruler that's thin enough to go in there and kind of push that down, okay? All right. There. And now what we're going to do is open this up, and I am going to trim this one more time because it went uneven on me again. And you're going to open it up, and this first side you're going to fold it back and you're going to do it from about a half an inch or so from that side over. Okay, and we're going to use some glue. And just glue this down. Okay. And then on this side, because this is going to be where this is going to be folded over, so this side you're going to want to open this all the way, and you're going to fold this in, and you're going to put it at about an inch because it needs to show from behind the other piece. Okay, all right, like so. I'll show you in a sec. Alright, just kind of give it a little push. I actually bought me, I'm going to grab one. I bought some shop towels I've been wanting to get forever. These blue ones that you get in the auto part of the shop, or the store at Walmart, or any car shop. Okay, so anyway, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and you're going to trim. This is going to be the bottom edge of your booklet, and you want this piece, of course, as the cover to open. So you're going to have to trim, but you need to trim a very, very tiny little amount. Otherwise, it'll look really uneven. Just enough to open this up, okay? Just going to hug your scissors along this edge. And you're only going to take it to the halfway point. Don't go beyond that, because otherwise you'll have to glue both sides down. And when you get to that center piece, you're just going to kind of give it a little tug. And it really doesn't show too bad, see, on that edge. You can see that. Okay, so now when you open it, you have the booklet, see? Okay, now if you want more of your paper to show on the inside when they open it, I want it to be the back side of the paper so that it is journal ready. Okay, they can write on it, and we'll decorate the front, so I wanted more to show. You can also just have these float in your journal. I'm going to flip this over and see that uneven edge, and I'm going to try to even that out before I glue anything down. I am going to use some Tim Holtz tissue paper to do a little bit of decoration on the inside of some of these. This one I will probably leave alone. I would probably, with something like this, maybe do some stamping around the edges just to give it a little flair around these edges here, but leave space for writing. But with these other papers, they are white in the back, so I thought, just like in the initial video, it'd be fun to put some of these, you know, papers on there. Also, you could do book page and line the inside with book page, and then put like, or you could put coffee paper, or you could just distress this paper like I do sometimes, and have it, you know, just be kind of a cloudy distressed look for them to write on, so it's not bright white. If you enjoy the white, then leave it. That's totally up to you. You guys know me, I don't like the white as much. So what I want to do now is make sure that this is sealed down. Okay, so if I wanted to line this on the inside with book page or with the Tim Holtz paper or whatever, I just noticed how dusty my little Tim Holtz things are. They've been sitting on this shelf. I haven't used them. If I wanted to glue anything down on the inside of this for decorative purposes, I would do it now before I glue everything shut, because you could of course do it after, but it's going to make it more complicated. So we are going to put a line of glue along this edge, okay, and we're going to put a line of glue along the shorter edge right here. Now you do not have to glue the side shut if you prefer to have it open so that you can tuck things in. Totally your prerogative. Okay. All right. Okay, and this is upside down, but it's going to be covered, so it's really not going to be a big deal. Okay. All right. Again, along that bottom, and then along the shorter side. On that, oops, on that back half, and then close. Oh, I like these. They're nice and big. I can just lay it over the whole piece and push it down. That's nice. Okay. So now you have 2 pockets. If you glue this in, you could glue it in with a pocket on the side or a pocket on the top. Okay? Totally, again, creator's prerogative. I'm just making my phone a little better there. Okay. All right. Now, we'll set that aside. It's finished. It's ready to go. Isn't that easy? These are fun. They're cute. They're great for your journals. let's do one with a little thinner paper. Let's try a thinner piece. Let's pick something. I like that one. I like that one. That's pretty. These are not coffee dyed or anything, so I will probably be distressing the insides of the... I do like that one. Let's do this one. Okay. Now this has words on it, I see. So, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and fold this in half as perfectly as we possibly can. Okay. Now, remember what I had to do before? I had to fold it the opposite direction because it was, these are nice scrap pieces too when you trim those off, so yeah. So remember when I folded it in, this side was upside down. I want the outside to be right side up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it and then, no, I can't do that. I'll just have to do it the way I did before. But instead of folding it like this over this way, I'm gonna fold it this way and then I'm gonna turn it over like I did the other one. Okay? I don't know if this is gonna work, we'll see. My brain says it will, but my brain is tired today, so. It is Sunday, and you know I don't normally film these on Sunday. When we do our chat, I'll tell you about my weekend. It's a little bit, not a big deal, just for me, because of my, I am learning about my circadian rhythm a lot lately, and I threw myself off a lot this weekend. For good reasons, but yeah. So hopefully when I open this, oh, yeah, this side's gonna be fine. So see, I just flipped it over and folded it the opposite direction. I don't really mind if the inside's upside down because again, I'm gonna fold it. It's not really gonna matter, right? Okay, so we are going to do our little fold here, about a ½ inch, about right there. And glue it down, and then like I said, I will either put a little bit of book page. I'll probably distress because I really want these to be good for them to journal in. But then again, book page looks awesome everywhere, right? So it's kind of like, which way do we go? And then we open it and fold this one over about 1 inch. Nice and straight. Definitely is easier to do this with a thinner paper. They're just a little flimsier with the thinner paper, but you know, I don't really think it matters. If you're gluing these in, they're going to be glued down, so. Okay. I have thread stuck to my, I've got stuff all over in the corner here, and so I'm making a mess, All right, there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna do our little cut. Very easy with this paper to go super close. Like I said, you're just gonna hug, and if your scissors are good enough, it'll be easy. My scissors are kind of a little bit dull, but getting old on me. You're gonna go right to that corner and just do a little tug. There you go. Now you've got your page. And again, let me show you just in case anybody's wondering. So it's the first one you do back ½ inch, open it up, and do the other side the opposite direction about 1 inch. Okay? And so then you have that. You can see your paper, so the inside will match the outside. You've got this pretty pattern on the outside to decorate on top of. They're cute, right? They're fun. They are. I'd forgotten these. I like them. Okay, so now we want to, are we going to line this with our paper, or are we going to distress? I think I'll distress this one. So I'm going to grab my vintage photo because I think that one looks probably the best. And because this is going to be open, this side I'll do the whole thing, but on this side, on this side, I'm not going to worry, I'm just going to do it down like to it's inside of the fold, okay? But the rest of it I'll have to do the whole thing. Okay, so we're just going to go around and do a nice, I just do like a feathering, I call it a cloudy feathering distress. That's how I do it. You can do it however you like. If you are really, really, particular about this, I'm not. I actually think that once it dries and settles in, it looks rather pretty, and so I never really worry about the lines and stuff, because it's just going to be a nice aged background. And like I said, I personally like it, so I never worry about that. I know Natasha on Treasure Books is absolutely amazing about feathering it in. She's very good about that. I try to do it as good as her. I'll honestly say I don't do it as good as her. And if you enjoy that really perfect look, she does an excellent job. Like I said, I try, but it's not perfect. And I've just learned to like my little flaws and stuff. I think that's really important when you're doing junk journaling, is to learn to enjoy your own creation and your own way of doing things, and to enjoy your own flaws. And you guys taught me that a lot. A lot of you were much more experienced than me when we started this gig together. Praise God. Many of you have been with me for absolutely the entire, almost 3 years. We've been doing this for 2.5 years. And, I just appreciate so much that all of you have taught me so much, yeah. I'm sorry my voice sounds a little bit froggy today. I am very tired, so that's why. It's a good tired, though. I mean, nothing bad, just fun. Just had too much fun this weekend. Sometimes when you're old and you have too much fun, it's just too much fun. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're going to do this last one. And I'm going to open this by itself because I don't want to mess it up. I think I almost tore that. Now see, here's where you can see your tiny little cut. Yeah, I'm going to push this back so I don't get more on there. And this takes a minute. I know it's time consuming. Usually I use coffee dyed papers, but I wanted to pull some different designs from my pads. I'm kind of using a lot of my pads right now because I haven't been in the mood to go in and print a bunch of stuff, and I didn't want to spend money on paper, and I kind of need to restock, you know what I mean. Okay, so our sides are ready, and now we can begin the gluing process. I am going to do this little edge. Oh, you know me, can't have a bright white edge. So there we go. Okay. Okay, so we are gonna get myself right here. I'm gonna put it, I think I'll put it, no, I'll do it here, it's fine. Go up on this edge and this edge. There we go. There's our main side, our backing there. And open that up. And we can go along here. I don't know why I did that earlier and just didn't do this. Make an L, a long L. There we go. I like mine shut. The one person, it's funny, I've mentioned her twice now. The one person I've seen do where she has it open is Natasha. I've seen her leave them open. You could just tuck stuff into the side, I guess it would make it possible to have bigger papers if you wanted. So there's that one. Okay, I do have a little bit of an edge here, but I think I've glued it good enough that I can trim this. There we go. And we will be distressing like a darker ink around the edge. I mean, I will be. I might not do this one when we decorate, but as you can see, these are cute, right? And when you use a thinner paper, the glue, of course, does crease it a little bit, but again, you can glue it in. But these can also be floaters, or this would be a really cute thing to tuck into like your pocket of your opening or your closing cover. And also you could add a little notebook paper in here, or some coffee dyed paper, right? And make this into a notepad. So it's another idea for it. Very handy. They're versatile. Love versatile. You know me, I do. I love that. I've always said that, and it's true. I enjoy versatile things. This paper, I keep pulling it out. I'm in love with this paper. I just, I love it. I'm not crazy about these. Again, we will probably make more collages to do something with this paper. But like, I love this one. And I mean, all of them pretty much, except for those orangey ones. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that one. But other than that, it's like the whole pad. I like this one better now, after we did that collage the other day, than I did before. I kind of ended up liking it. So do I want to do big flowers, small flowers, or what's here in the back? Oh, and then there's this one. Aren't they pretty? They're just so pretty. And these look awesome when you distress this white. It kind of takes on, because it's almost, I don't know if you can tell, it's got a gold, see that in the light? Isn't that pretty? This paper has kind of that gold sheen behind it. So when you distress the brown, like the vintage photo on top of the white, which I like to do, of course, because you know me, I like everything to look like it's dirty and old. I just do. And it makes it look so cool. Now this page, how many do I have left? I used this for something the other day I was working on. Do I have two? Yes. I'm going to use one of these. I like the mix of the flowers and that dark background that I showed you there. That's what that is. I like it. Like it a lot. Okay, and this one doesn't have any words, of course, so I don't have to worry about, I'm going to turn this, it'll be easier. I don't have to worry about words being upside down, which of course is always nice. And this paper's a thick scrapbook paper, but it's not nearly as thick as the haberdashery one. It's just not. But it does crack a little bit. I should probably, I don't have a large, what do you call that board? You guys always have to tell me. I always forget. That thing. What do we call them? The one where we indent on the paper, and I rarely ever do it, so I never can think of the name. Anyway, somebody in the comments, you'll tell me what it's called. Probably Pam. You'll probably tell me, hun. But anyway, so I just do that. I just go over the little white. I don't worry about it. But anyway, this paper, I might make this one a little bit bigger. This paper to me is just such a nice paper. And like I said, it's not as thick, so it is a little more agreeable when you fold it, which is nice, right? Now I'm going to pinch this as hard as I can when I'm folding this over to see if I can get this to kind of even itself out. Let's see what'll happen. It's still fighting me because paper likes to fold on it into itself, but I just want to see if I can hold this down hard enough and press that. Maybe I can get that to be more even. So when you fold it over, it did help a little bit. Actually, it helped quite a bit. Pinch that corner as tight as you can to hold that paper so that it doesn't pull itself backwards and cut and fold unevenly. Okay, and even now when I push this, I'm going to hold it really tight and try to keep it and control where it goes. Now, like I said, I have a couple cracks because I did not, whatever it's called. And sometimes I'll just go along and trim off the paper if it cracks on me. But my best trick is just to do this, because then it just really doesn't worry me. Doesn't worry me. I don't know if it would worry you. Now let me show you what I meant about this paper. When you do the brown over it, it just gets this really cool golden, watch. See? Can you see it? It's like gold. I love that. It looks older, makes it look more vintage, but it doesn't take anything from the paper. It just, I think personally, it makes it like that sepia. You know how I like to do the Tim Holtz dolls and make them a little bit brown instead of bright white. Yeah, it's that same, for me, it's that same concept, and I enjoy that. And the gold behind it, like the metallic, almost, or it's pearl, like the pearlescent look. See, it just magnifies it. I'm going to do the back. I might make this one so that it is a floater, so I'm going to go ahead and do stuff to the back as well. Okay. All right. Now on the inside, again, we're going to do our folds. Here we go. Now this one, I might maybe do a book page on the inside for fun because of the paper being so old-fashioned, almost looking like a wallpaper. A really pretty wallpaper, yeah? Do you see that, or is that just me? It reminds me of an old vintage Victorian type wallpaper, you know, and I love that. Okay, so I guess we have talked about how to do these enough that you're probably good, and we can probably have our chat, and I'll catch you up on my week. So let's see. This past week, I had, what all did I do? Let's see. The reason I'm tired, we'll tell that part of the story. The reason I'm tired. Thursday, I don't ever go to our women's meeting because, well, first of all, before, it was because we lived in Coolidge and I didn't have, you know, it was a really long drive and I didn't want to be out until 10 o'clock at night, so I didn't go. But now, sorry for that guzzling sound. I get thirsty when I'm talking nonstop. So now, we're here in Casa Grande, and one of my new friends from our Bible study group invited me, praise God, to go. And so I was like, oh, awesome. So she came and got me. Cordy had to work late that day, so I made him some chili. I made dinner early and had it all ready for him when he got home. Sorry, these scissors aren't catching. And we left and went to the church. Well, we were there until, gosh, I guess I got home around 9. Well, for me, you guys, you know that's late. And so, because I get up at 2 and 3 in the morning, so 9 o'clock at night's late. So I got to bed about 9:30. Had to get up early the next morning, like always. Laid back down for a little while on Friday, but see, Friday was Cordy's office party, or his work party for Christmas, right? So we were going. My poor baby, he had to work all day out, you know, outside. And then I'm gonna grab let's see, what kind of paper do we want to use here? Let's see. I have some music paper, but hold on one sec. I'm just grabbing real quick. I'm looking here. So anyway, he had to work all day, and then he came home, took a shower, and we ran back out the door to go back to his work. And then we had the office party. It was really actually a lot of fun. We played games and, you know, just hung out with his coworkers, and that was really nice. I'm so sorry I can't find the paper I want. And then we ended up staying out and not getting home. I'm right here. Not getting home until about, I want to say 10:30. I think I'm going to use these hymn pages. These are nice, right? So we didn't get home until about 10:30. And you know, when you first get home, you can't fall right to sleep, right? And so we didn't. We did not go to sleep until about midnight. Well, I went to sleep around 1:45 to midnight. He fell asleep about midnight. Okay, so there's 2 nights in a row with not the right sleep because we had to get up the next morning. I'm going to use glue stick for this. We got up the next morning and went to our friend Juanita. She's 89 years old. Bless her heart. She's so precious. And she always, let me see something. Okay, yeah, this one's the one that's all open. She sits by us at church, and her car, I mean, for whatever reason, God bless her son and grandson, but they never help her with her car. And they claim they can't fit behind the wheel, which is really not true because we met them on Saturday, and there's no reason for these men not to go wash their mother's car. But anyway, or his grandma, one of them's the grandson. But, so I'm just going to sit this here in the corner. Come on now. Right up to that edge. And fold that over. Make sure I've got it up there. And so anyway, we took her car to the car wash. Okay, you guys, her car has not been washed in years. And I'm not kidding. It was bad. It was real bad. And she's 89. She cannot do the inside of the car. So we did the car, and I won't go on and on because the Lord blessed us with being able to do that for her. I'm not going to make a big deal. But we worked on the car for a very long time. And then we took it back to her, and it was a blessing. And we went over to Charities, and we helped Miss Charity with some stuff because, you know, she's my friend whose husband passed away. And we did some stuff at her house. So we got home about, we hadn't eaten or anything by then. It was around, I want to say, 2:30. So we sat down and had a few bites of food, and we were going to go to our Christmas party for our Bible study group that night. So last night, this was last night, so we went to that, okay? So there's that, and I put, like, just for fun, and I might do, like, some, maybe around the edge, do, like, a little piece of coffee dye paper for writing on. So it'll just kind of show the paper, the music paper, without covering the whole thing. And so, yeah, so then we went to the party last night. Got up, went over to our friend's house. So to say we were tired, yeah. So we actually didn't go to church today because we were so exhausted, and we still had to go do our own errands for the week before, because, you know, I don't have a car until, well, I will have it this Wednesday because I'm taking Charity to the airport. She's going to go back and see her friend. So praise the Lord, she's letting me use her car while she's gone, isn't she? She's so precious and so good to me. But I'm taking her to Tucson, which is about an hour and 20-minute drive from here, to the airport there, and dropping her off to go to Texas again. Praise God. She's just getting out and about, and I'm so happy for that. And she's going to stay 2.5 weeks with her friend, her best friend there. And then, so during that time, I'll have her car. But, yeah, we were so tired, and we needed to run our own errands. So we went out and about today, went to the grocery store, went to lunch, came back home. And so now I just recorded our devotion a few minutes before I started this video. And so, yeah, that's where we're at now. Now, let's see. We're going to trim this one off. And I just did the whole page because it's okay. It's just a part of it's going to show. And what I could have done, and I should have done right there, is I should have cut this a little wider, folded it over, and had it tucked in. And if I do this again, I will do that. I made a mistake on that because I'm talking. But anyway, yeah, so I ended up this last few nights just getting like 5 and 6 hours of sleep. And so it caught up to me today. So if I sound a little froggy, that's why. But I'm good. I had a blessed weekend. Amen. And when that, I mean, you know, you can't beat that. Oh, I really like that on here. So, and we got one more piece we're going to put on this side. Okay. And see, I'm not even worried which piece I'm using, and I don't really have to go over the whole thing on here because this is going to come up like that. It's not going to matter. I could go, you know, I want to make sure it's within that, so I'll probably do it about here. That looks good, right? Leave about an inch or so on the bottom. Okay, and then we're just going to go up. I could do it right onto the paper, but I think in a way it's easier to do this, because then it's, I'm not having to make sure I get it right where I need it on the paper. I can just trim the paper off. It's no big deal. Okay. And I'm using these straight edges, that way it's easier to make sure it goes where I want it to go. Okay. There we go. Now, I'll show you what I meant a minute ago. I'm just gonna cut this about right here, because this will get tucked into, I don't know, this one I kind of like and might want as a floater. What I would normally do is trim this little corner off, fold these pieces over, and that way you've got a really smooth edge, see? But because I think I want this to be a floater, I'm going to trim this off, because I don't want to mess up this paper. I want as much of this lovely paper to show as possible. And if I'm using this as a floater, I can also glue some copy paper, you know, some coffee dyed paper onto, or tea dyed or avocado dyed or whatever I want, onto the back, and that could be another journaling space. So it would be, you know, journaling, pocket to pocket, and then turn it over, and if I want, another journaling space. So you can, you know, these are really, now before I do that, I'm going to trim everything up again before I glue, because I remembered. Isn't that good? Usually I don't, so that was just a blessing and a lucky shot on that part. Okay, a little off. When I hold this like it's shut, I can see where it's off. Okay, and more up here. That's pretty even. Pretty even, Steven. All right, now we're gonna glue. I hope you guys like these. I know they're a little bit slower. You know me and my motto now about doing the mass makes. I'm not worrying about how many I make anymore, because why? Because I have too many anyway. So these are for fun. I didn't have to go all the way up there, but I did, and it's okay because it's going to be on the same place. Oh, I do like that with the music. Isn't that pretty? That looks nice. That was just from an old hymn book. Now this is uneven down here. I don't know how I managed that, but whatever. It's all good. I'm not going to worry about it. I could even put a little pocket right there if I wanted to, huh? I sure could. How did I manage that? Oh, I just see. It's just the cut. I cut it unevenly. It's okay. Like I said, I could put a little strip of ribbon here. I could put, I could even do, you know, a little piece of the paper like that. In fact, I think I will, just to show you what I would do to fix something like that. I know a lot of you have told me through the years, oh, I love it when you show us what you would do if you mess something up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. And it won't hurt. It'll just be there. I'll probably have to trim it. So yeah, I'm going to trim it. I'm not going to leave it. Okay, see? So now it's almost like I didn't even make a mistake. And I'm just going to fold it over right there and tear it, I think. Let's see. Is it glued on good enough? I am going to trim right here, just a hair's breadth off of here. There. So that it'll shut right. I missed this little corner. There we go. Okay. Now, I'll go right here and trim the back. You could also use a sanding block and just brush it off if you wanted to kind of make it look rough. You know. There. Now you can't see my mistake. Can't even really tell. and I'm going to distress it, so it's not going to be any big deal. All right, so there's that. We're all, oops, this side's not glued. I didn't glue it. So we're going to just, there we go. And there you are. Aren't these nice? I hope you like them. Again, since it's our repeat round. But this one's very pretty. I enjoy this one. I'm a little uneven on the bottom because of my uneven cutting at the get-go, but like I said, that's gonna get distressed. Let's just go ahead and show the fix right now. I'll use my darker ink to do that. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead around this edge. So when you close it and that shows, it's just gonna show like a dark brown spot there. I am not at all a perfectionist in this. I have grown to love my happy accidents and my little mistakes, and for me, it all works. Now, I think I will do something else with these for fun. Let's just do a little corner, make it a pretty corner. There we go. So now you have a pretty corner there. You don't have to do the bottom one. You can, but I'm going to just leave it because it's riding up against this and I don't want to clip into the pocket. But at least that little top corner looks pretty. Okay, just take this around. Do my edges, of course, because I love to do the edges. Now see, when you do that, you can't really even tell that that paper broke on you as you folded it. I think this is the one I'll probably decorate. What time is it? Oh yeah, these took a little longer. I only made 3. Yeah, I only made 3, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, I don't need or want a huge amount of these because I still have some in my drawer from 2.5 years ago. These are just, it's just fun to, you know, to redo these. For me, it's not about like imitating Tina or anything. It really is for the fact that it gets hard to learn or to kind of come up with new paper folding ideas, and I like the idea of repeating it because then it brings back something you've probably already, if you made it with me the first time, you've probably already used it up. There's a good chance you've already used them, and maybe we'll even forget, like I did, about all these different folds that we're doing. And so it's kind of cool to redo them, to come back and revisit these other projects that we've done, because then, you know, we remember that we even did them, that they even exist, and we can implement them again. I think this year, I don't want to commit to this, but I think this year I might try to create for myself at least, and I know a lot of people have done this and have this on video, is a project book where I save my different ideas, an idea notebook, you know, where they're glued into a book and I can go back to them and look at them and go, oh yeah, because I do forget. I really do. So I always show you guys, I'm just going to grab a piece of this music and I'm going to use it to do the inside. Now, if you want it to be easier, do this part before you glue it down, or before you glue it down. Now this one will be a little bit harder, but I want to get these flowers. So first I'm going to do this. I thought I did this, but they look really, really white. There. Okay. Now we'll just do the edge dark. All right. Let's see. And then of course I have to do the center. Don't want to forget that. Okay. Now we are distressed. It looks nice and old. Now you know these are a little curled because we've just glued it. Once it has dried and it's in the book, in the journal, this will close easily. and nicely, and it won't be a big deal. So let's see, what do we want to decorate with, guys? Let me look here. I'm going to pause for just a second, get a drink. Okay, guys, I went through a few things to find some stuff. I'm going to use these leaves out of a book, the Britain in Pictures book, and because it's a yellowed paper without me having to do anything, really. So I'm just going to kind of tear it down into a piece approximating what I want for this writing space here. And carefully, I want the edges to be rough. This edge is kind of rough on its own, but I want it to be torn like the rest, otherwise I just leave it. But let's go ahead and tear it down. And so this is going to go here so that they can write, and I'm going to just grab the vintage photo, I think, and do the edges of this one. Let me see, do I have a, let me grab, sorry, I'm making a mess. Okay, I have my cardboard I like to use. I learned this trick, I think, from Louise Heinzel. I'm pretty sure. I think I learned it from her before I even knew who she was. I saw this lady with a strong accent and doing this, and I was like, oh, cool. And now I know it was her. So I was a newbie when I started this. So if you have a really thin, older vintage piece of paper and you need to distress the edges, if you grab a piece of cardboard or anything firmer than that paper, you can just kind of use it to lay it against the edge, and it makes a nice little way to distress without making your paper all torn up worse than you've already torn it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it bends and folds when it's thin like this, and it can crack, and because this is really old paper, so I want to make sure that it doesn't do that. And I am going to use my glue book and use the glue stick again, because again, this paper is super thin and that'll work really well for it. Okay. I'm having a hard time thinking how I want to decorate this. I had paused for a minute and I was looking through some stuff. I'm like, oh, do I want to put a picture? Do I want to put words? Do I want to put, you know, what do I want to put on here? So we may have to kind of struggle through this one a little bit because Tara can't make up her mind. Okay, so is that good? Yeah, it's going to have to be because it's the kind of paper that it sticks immediately. Okay, and then on this side, I'm going to do like a strip, a smaller, maybe a, can I tear this into a triangle so that it's right? Let's give her a try, eh? Let's see. Tear it maybe like there. Okay. And then tear it down along this edge. I hope I'm doing this sort of right. Looks like it's going to be okay. I actually didn't want to cover there. You can still see the music there, and I'm going to go ahead and go across, and I'm going to leave some on the bottom so you can see the music there. So there we go. Another writing space. As you can see, nothing has to be perfect. You know, that's for anyone who's new. I always talk to the newbies because all of you ones that have been doing this forever, you guys know. You already know all the tricks, you know, but it just makes sense to tell everybody who doesn't know all the tricks. You know, these are little things that do not need to be perfect. And the less perfect they are, the more organic they look. Like it just naturally happened, you know? And when your overall piece is done, you'll be glad that you didn't fret and worry about, you know, exactly how things were going to look. because you'll see it. Your eyes will just enjoy it more, right? So, and so will the eyes of all those that enjoy your journals as gifts or purchases. It looks more artistic when it's not so perfect and planned out. Okay. So now they have 2 writing spaces on the inside that are just old looking. And I think I did pull another piece. So I think we'll do one more for the back. Should I? Or should I just leave it as a booklet? Because this is going to be really plain. I think I'll put one just for fun, because that way they have a nice writing space. Let's see. I don't want to cover the whole thing. So we're going to tear that down a little skinnier. Okay. So that they can see the beautiful paper around the edge. And I rarely do this, put writing paper on the back, or journaling space on the back of something, but I just really like this paper and I want it to show. So, now see, if you go over your edge, you'll get that darker spot there, so be careful. Don't do it like me. I get in a hurry when I know my time is running short. I know you all are very kind. Most of you have always told me don't worry about it, but you know, I do. I can't help it. I respect your time. And yeah, so should I put this shorter? Which flowers do we want to show more? Yeah, I think I'll do it like that. Okay. Pull in my glue book again. Make sure and get all your little edges. Alright, and what did I say? This side, right? Yeah. Okay. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. Alright, so there's the back side for journaling. Now, I could do a little stamping on the edges so it looks pretty, you know, all that good stuff. I was thinking of this gold with it, maybe. Or I also have, oh gosh, I've got all kinds of stuff. What do we want to do? We could do some of this lace. That might look prettier actually on the edge. What do you think? I think I like that better. I'm going to do that. Okay, so I cannot even tell you how hot it is in my house right now. It's stuffy. I'm burning up. So I'm going to just give that a little cut right there. I don't really want to glue down. No, I guess I do. So I'm going to go in about 1 inch. I always guesstimate this kind of stuff. I've got to reopen this. I always tend to eyeball it. And it usually works for me, so that's about, you know, 3/4, maybe 1 inch. And I'm just going to lay this across. Which side is better? This side. You can actually tell. I have a hard time telling with that stuff. This one goes at a very big curve, so I've got to pull it so that it straightens it a little bit. Tuck that down. Tuck that up, and then okie doke, I'm back. Cordy got up, and so he's in the room with us, praise God. So here we go. We got that done. Now, what I was thinking was we would do like a pretty picture. I was looking at this, Vanessa. Look at how pretty he looks. Doesn't he look nice? I kind of like that right there, like right in the center. Not really doing a ton of decoration to this, just like that. The only problem is when you open it, the little rose is going to get smushed when they write. That's the only issue, because I really like this. And it goes because of the lace and everything. I could even do like a... Where's my... I'm trying to think. I have some cloth, but I think it's in there. I was going to say I could do like a little cheesecloth behind it, but I don't think I have that beige anymore, and that's the one that would go. So let's look through here and see if there's any pictures we like better, because we do have some really pretty pictures that could go in here. I had this one. What do you think of that? This couple, this grumpy old man and woman who I just kind of liked the fact that the clothing matched the time frame of the paper, and the yellowing of the picture matched the yellowing of the paper, like the orange and stuff in there. It's just kind of warm, you know, everything is warm. So I thought that might look nice. But let's do the tearing thing and see what we get. And of course we've got to darken it. Oh, we want to use this one, I think. I'm gonna blacken these edges a little bit. And then I think what I'm gonna do is bring in some vintage photo onto the main part where it's distressed. And then that will be, see, I like that. It looks burned. I love that burnt look. And then let me see here. Yeah, and then kind of warm it up a little bit with the vintage. Oh yeah, look at that, you guys. And then maybe put some gold around the edges. Can you tell? Can you see? How's the lighting? Can you see it looks, kind of warms it up. It almost looks like these edges were literally burnt. The ground espresso is really good for that. I'm going to bring it up into the white here too, so that you can see it on the bottom there. Okay, and then if we did a little bit of gold around our edges here, just a little. We don't want to cover up all the burnt part, but I wonder if, we haven't done this in a while, just do some streaks of gold. Okay, and then we're going to cover that. What do you guys think? I think I like it. I think I like it. Oops. Okay. Oops, don't you dare clog up on me, you little stinker. Come on now. Don't do that. I'm going to have to push the thing. It's enough on there, though. So we're just going to bring that evenly there. Okay. And then I was thinking maybe do a little gold along this edge. I don't know for sure. I'm just checking it out. Let's see. Just to see if... I think I like that. Yeah, it gives it a little bit of a fancy look because it's kind of bland. So we're just going to run this along that edge right there. Okay. And there we go. Grab my scissors and trim that off. It'll take that a minute to dry. It's kind of slippery on there, but I'll get it trimmed and then I'll hold it down. There we go. Okay. Gives it a little bit more of a fancy appearance. And then I was thinking, I don't have any of my real, that's too green. No. Let me see here. I was thinking about a real bow, but I don't know where I stuck them. This dark green might look good though, because because of the darker greens throughout the paper. And it brings a little bit of color into it, which it doesn't really have. I don't want it to, let me just double check here. I don't want a big one. Let me see. I have a brown one, but that's a lot of brown, right? Look at that. Yeah, I kind of like this. Let's see. Let's do some vintage photo around the edges to get rid of all the white on the edge. These are Tina's bows, if you like them. They're in her shop. These are the neutrals that I'm using right now. She has brights and she has neutrals. Oh, I think I like that. I'm going to do it anyway, just because it's fun. Brings a little bit of, and I'm doing it up higher because I don't want, when they open it, I don't want it to get messed up. And then of course we're going to do Diamante. Okay, and then I think we'll be done. Let's see here. And then I have to see if this will upload in time for midnight. I always upload everything for you guys and have it released at midnight in Arizona time. So if this is a little late on Monday, it's because I'm recording it on Sunday evening, and stuff doesn't always, it takes me a minute to get it to upload. And so if it is late, that's why. Okay. There's that. And there we go. Isn't that romantic? What do you guys think? So cute. And then on the inside, we've got our writing space, and on the back. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you found value in it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Join me for more mass makes and for more craft and chats and fun stuff we're going to do this coming year. Okay? I love y'all. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.